So, Bob, we've got a big milestone coming up, right?
Yes, we do. I have this little spreadsheet that I have always kind of in my set of open tabs, and it shows the total number of years that our employees have been here. So there's like a row for each employee and the start date, and like you started in when was that? 2012, I believe, and it just adds up the number of years. And on November 5th, it's going to roll over from 499 to 500 years of total service at the company. So some of the stats first. So we've got 19 people that have been here for 10 years or longer. You're one of them. We have 42 people here, and those 42 people were here at the beginning of the pandemic. And the amazing thing is, even though we had to cut compensation in half and we didn't know what was going to happen to the company, nobody left, and it was really an amazing year in so many ways. You know, in terms of how we tried to help our customers are trying to help us and help participants. It was just a really nice feeling in such a tragic, hard time.
I remember that call because I remember you talking about cutting the pay and then we would work half time. And then Natalie spoke up. She's like, well, can we still do full time?
Yeah.
Like work?
Yeah. And you had left the call already because you were like, oh, I'm
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
okay,
halftime
halftime
now. Yeah.
I only need to listen to half this meeting.
No, what was amazing, one of the jokes I make is that everybody worked twice as hard after that. And like what we have continued to do is just cut pay in half. And we're actually 8 times more efficient now. We pay hardly anything at all. That's great. We actually have about 81 people here now. We have exactly 81 people here now. And we're about 2.5 times bigger in terms of the volume of transactions that we move from our customers. So we're about twice as big as we were in 2019 in terms of employees, and we're even bigger in terms of how we help our customers. So we actually have become more efficient over that period of time. And when it's kind of like a time to pause and reflect and, what is it that makes all this happen? And kind of the nugget that I get down to is that companies are made up of employees and customers, right? And there has to be this virtuous cycle between the customers and the employees where the customers respect and value what the company is building, the employees in the company are building, so they stick around. And then the employees have this inherent desire to help the customers more and more. And this virtuous cycle happens. And that virtuous cycle brings about this enormous amount of efficiency in the operation that allows a company to become larger and to become more successful. So it's kind of like a compound interest type of thing when you think about it. And it operates both on the customer side and on the employee side. Every year we do kind of a year in review. And one of the charts that I put together is called a cohort analysis. And so it takes customers from every year that they first started with us. So customers that first started with us in 2010, 2011, 2012, and it measures what they've done over each of the ensuing years. And one of the things that I'm just super proud of is that for every year, the amount of registrations, transaction dollars, whatever the measurement is actually larger in 2024, and same thing's going to be in 2025 than it was in the year of their origin. So if the set of customers did 10,000 registrations in 2010, they're doing a lot more than 10,000 in 2025, which means that they've stuck with us, and it means that our employees have done a good job to do all of that. From a company perspective, that's very healthy, obviously, to hang on to your customers and for those customers to be successful and grow, especially with our business model where we have shared success. But it's also really important to hang on to employees. It's kind of a philosophy that we started with from the very start. There's a great amount of efficiency in that because employees, the longer they stick around, the better they get. Like you and I were just talking before we started this about the first video that you did. But like I feel like you've gotten really, really good at putting together videos and doing them very efficiently. And we've got this YouTube channel that has this massive amount of knowledge that we share with the world. And hopefully it helps some people and stuff like that, right? So like you've gotten better at your job. You were originally hired to help support people, but you figured out very quickly that I need to figure out how to scale this. So you started putting up support pages and help blogs and creating videos for help, and have really helped mature our whole customer service organization with the things that you've done. And that has value. Second thing that happens when you have long-term employees is that there's this network of trust that builds up. So people start to trust each other. Like, you watch the videos of you and Kevin. The two of you guys obviously get along. You have fun together.
It's all acting.
Yeah. Well, on his part, I know that you're not a very good actor, though. So like that trust builds up. And so what it allows is just for more efficiency to happen. There's not a blame game going on inside the company and stuff like that. So I think that having these long-term employees kind of understand their customers for a longer period of time, for the developers to understand the product and the code base for a longer period of time. I mean, there's a lot of code there. It helps to understand it if you're around it for a longer period of time, right? Rather than roll over the development team every couple of years, everybody on the development team kind of stays here for a long, long time. It just makes the product so much better. I guess the final thing I want to talk about on this is kind of my interpretation of why people stay around here. And I think the number one thing is that they enjoy their job. So if you go back to our guiding principles, one of them, the one on the left, is this idea that the people that work here, they enjoy working. Like when they get up in the morning, they want to do something meaningful. They want to work. They want to learn. They want to have some fun. And they want to do that with other people that they like and trust. And so I think that's kind of the number one reason. I think a second reason is that I think our employees enjoy our customers. Like even if you talk to the developers, don't really interact with customers all that much, they feel pretty proud when their stuff goes out the door and they see customers making use of it. And, we have these back-end reports that show, how many websites have been created or how many emails have been sent and things like that. They feel pretty proud about that. And I think the final thing is that the way our company is structured, we're employee owned. I think everybody in this company feels a sense of ownership and responsibility and pride in what they do. And I think that when people have that innate feeling, they just do a better job. And I think that in its essence is why we've kind of gotten to this very commanding lead in the endurance marketplace, because we just have more features. And because we're at scale and because we're efficient, we're actually lower costs than all of our competitors. So it creates this business dynamic that is truly very virtuous between us and our customers. Our customers are happy to stick with us. Our customers are happy to refer new customers to us. Our employees are happy to help those customers. And our development team is super happy to develop like the best product in the world for events. 500 years.
Yep.
Let's do another 500.
All right.